my lucky day. Or so I thought. The Knicks were heading for the playoffs. The dolls were in full blossom along Fifth Avenue. And some of the cards were even going into the hat. But right then, I couldn't care less. I was sort of in between and going nuts from the boredom. I should have enjoyed it while I could.
Mike, it's for you. It's Johnny Roman again.
Hey, Johnny, the answer's still no.
Hey, Mikey. Let me see if I can change your mind.
I'm busy, John. I'm very busy. Look, I don't do palimony cases. I don't work Las Vegas.
Come on, Hammer. Hey, I'm Johnny Roman. Nobody says no to Johnny Roman. I'll tell you what. You forget that other offer. I'm gonna give you...
Hello? 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 Well, what's with the phone?
Would you mind staying off the line? I'm interfacing.
Who are you?
This is Michael. You remember my nephew. He's helping us set up our new computer. He's very smart.
A computer can do everything a secretary can do.
Everything?
Mike, he's only 12.
Women won't have to be secretaries anymore. They can go into electronics.
I'll make a note. Whatever happened to stickball?
From Las Vegas, it's the Johnny Roman Heartathon. And now, Johnny Roman.
All right. We have a lot of work to do tonight. We have a long way to go, and I want to thank all you wonderful people for being here. And I want to thank you for being here, because we need your bucks. We need your help. Please make a call. Now, the founder of the Durant Clinic and Durant Foundation, and a great, great friend of mine, Dr. Carl Durant. Carl.
Thank you, Johnny.
Glad
Thank you very much. My name is Carl Durant. Now, this is the 7th year that Johnny Roman has donated his time and his energy to this very important cause. The Durant Clinic is constantly challenging the boundaries of medical science, and with your help, we'll develop new frontiers in keeping a smile on a kid's face. Thank you for your help. Johnny?
Thank you, Carl. Thank you so much. Well, let's get on with it. Keep those phones ringing. I don't hear enough phones ringing. What's
This
going
guy
on
has been
out here?
following me around all week.
Johnny Roman. You did some work for him, didn't
Kids
you?
were able to help.
Yeah. I met him about 10 years ago. We used to date the same girl. He called me and he said, "Hey, Mike, some guy owes me some money. I want you to collect." Turns out this guy's a hitman from the mob. Only thing I collected was a bullet hole in the most delicate place. He's been calling me all week.
Maybe he wants a donation.
What he wants is for me to come to Las Vegas and dig up some dirt on his girlfriend. She's suing him for palimony.
And sharing with us. Please, please share with us. Okay.
Change the
We
channel.
need a little uplift, a little...
Sports?
And stretch. And stretch. Two. Now, combo bunker 4, that's affirmative. Yeah, Emil?
You never know what's going to come along and sweeten up a sour mood. Excuse me.
But of course.
Love at first sight? I don't even trust my sight, much less love. But I knew I felt something strong from the moment she walked into the joint. And I also knew the world would never spin exactly right if I left there without knowing her name. After an hour or so, I knew more than that. But I still wasn't satisfied. I was in love. She had a way of scraping the rust off a lot of dreams I'd forgotten I left in storage. A cottage in Jersey, a couple of trees, a fireplace, bread baking in the oven, a bunch of little kids with trench coats. It all seemed possible. We headed into a night that now belonged to just two people. We were so caught up with each other, she even forgot her purse. As she went back to get it, I started thinking about our honeymoon in Hawaii. Could I afford it? Oh, well, she could always hock her coat. In any event, this was going to be a night to remember.
Mike? Mike? Great.
Let's go, Hammer! Hammer, come on! Stand up! Don't be like that. Come here! Hammer, would you cooperate with me here? I got something good for you. Hammer, you're gonna love this. I got the F ticket for you. Listen. Hammer, if I were you, I'd hold on to this. Go. Flying high in the friendly skies. You're gonna love it.
What a way to hit town. It all started coming back. A ton of bricks that fell on my head. The all-night plane ride.
I just dropped in for coffee.
I felt like I'd been snatched out of the real world and dropped onto another planet. If Johnny Roman thought this was some kind of joke, I wasn't laughing. For Las Vegas, I was kind of overdressed. Then I just got off the plane. The chances of finding my hat were probably 1,000,000 to 1. I figured this was one of the few times anybody ever beat the odds in this town. Vegas was one place I never really cared to see. I knew what to expect. Lots of neon, lots of losers, lots of broken dreams. I've had about as much as I could take of all those things. But here I was, in a decadent land of Oz. And I was off to find the wizard who could send me home. I'd only been in town for 10 minutes, and my pockets were already empty. Somebody had planted a key to room 1639 at the Hilton. I still had my emergency subway token, even though I knew the A train wouldn't be stopping here. The casinos don't have clocks because Vegas is a 24-hour town with only one time. Time to win $1 million. At 7 o'clock in the morning, people were already playing the slots and chasing their dreams, even before they had their coffee. I didn't know what to expect in room 1639, so I decided to arrange for some company.
Operator.
Maintenance, please.
Maintenance.
Yeah, my toilet doesn't work. I got a flood in room 1639. Could you bring me a plunger as soon as possible?
1639.
Thanks.
Operator.
Housekeeping, please.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, this is room 1639. Could you bring me some extra towels?
Right away, sir.
Thank you. Oh, and another pillow.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
What about room service?
Good idea.
Operator.
Yeah, room service, please.
Room service.
Yeah, this is room 1639. Could you bring me a couple of shots of scotch, a bucket of ice, a water bagel toasted dark with a schmear?
A schmear.
Cream cheese.
Dr. Joyce Brothers will join us. She has some very special stories about some children she spent some time with. Maybe she'll help you with the rest of your life, too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a girl after my own heart. She's the greatest. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara LaGuire.
Even though the flight to Vegas was like a nightmare, at least they hadn't lost my luggage.
There ain't no leak in that toilet. It's fine.
Good.
Hi. Can I turn down your bed?
Maybe later.
Somebody had sent up my wallet, and my dear friend Betsy. There was also a personally autographed note from my old pal, Johnny Roman. Whoever this Barbara LaGuire was, knowing Johnny, singing wasn't the only talent that got her on his show.
Hi, handsome. He's cute.
Ooh, very.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You know where I can find Johnny Roman?
Yeah, he's probably in his dressing room. It's down there, through the hall, one big star.
Thank you.
Nothing can stop me from trying. You've got to open your heart to me. Hi, Dad.
Who's that man, Amy?
I don't know. Nobody?
Yo, buddy, where you going?
I'm here to see Johnny Roman.
Mr. Roman don't want to see nobody.
So tell him to close his eyes.
You watch wrestling?
Yeah?
Well, I'm Reggie Diaz.
Oh, yeah. I didn't recognize you standing up.
Oh, Hammer. You came.
Sorry, Mr. Roman. You got by me.
It's all right.
Want me to get rid of him?
Get rid of yourself. What are you doing here? I thought you didn't want to come to Vegas.
I didn't. Somebody changed my mind for me.
Take it easy. Hey, what's the problem?
This is the problem, pal.
Yeah, so? What?
I found this in my hotel room. Welcome to Vegas, Johnny.
What? I didn't write that.
So who did?
It wasn't my press agent. He spelled the name right.
And who the hell brought me here?
How should I know? Hey, look. Now that you're in town, how'd you like to take that job?
How'd you like to eat my hat, pal?
My doctor told me to stay away from greasy foods. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Kid in wardrobe made it for me. Weighs a ton.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Hey, you know that bimbo's trying to sue me? Barbara LaGuire.
The one on stage?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, look. She got something that's mine. I gotta get it back.
If Barbara LaGuire is suing you, what you doing on your telethon?
You want to try to fill up 24 hours of live television with just your friends? Anyway, look, this thing she's got, I gotta have it back. I don't care how you do it. You can break her damn legs if you have to.
So have Godzilla take care of it.
Oh, come on, Hammer. Have a heart. Hey, could be a lot of bucks in this for you.
No thanks, Johnny. Save your money. You may need it to buy some new friends.
Johnny Roman claimed he didn't bring me to Vegas. I wasn't sure I believed him. And frankly, I didn't care. I just wanted to get back to New York. But I couldn't leave town without at least one roll of the dice. Who knew? Maybe I'd go home with 100 more subway tokens. Or with something a whole lot better.
Good luck. We've done it. We got 13 million. We expected 10, and we got 13. I can't tell you how happy I am and how thankful I am that you responded to us at home. They're ready to kick us out of the building, so I got to wind things up here real fast. I get the brooms going.
Hey, Pat, Mike's on the phone.
I got to thank everybody here, everybody behind that camera, and everybody who worked sponsors.
Mike, where the hell are you? It's 45 minutes before the game.
I'm in Las Vegas.
Vegas? How you doing in Las Vegas?
You got married? No, I'm not married. Not yet, anyway.
Can you send me an airline ticket? I don't have any money.
I tried calling Velda, but all I got was this machine. Hold on.
Wrong room, pal.
Hold it! Hold it! Hand over the gun. You have a license for that?
Mike Hammer, private investigator from New York.
Leora Vantrese, head of security. We got a call that you threatened to kill one of our entertainers.
What?
What's in the briefcase?
Nothing. It's empty. Why?
You don't mind if I took a look at it?
Sure, go ahead. Be my guest.
Shotgun shells. Blasting caps. What's this?
When your luck is batting zero, get your chin up off the floor. Mister, you can be a hero.
Mike, what's going on? Mike! Mike, what's going on there? Mike, what's going on, huh? Mike! What the hell is going on? Mike!
Johnny Roman had been killed by a booby-trapped heart. It was still a lot nicer than his own. It was becoming painfully obvious that the reason I was in Las Vegas was to take the rap for something I didn't do.
So why don't you be smart now? And tell us who wanted Roman killed.
His agent. Look, I told you. I was standing
This
outside
guy was
a bar
definitely
in
not a
New
New
York
York cop.
The next thing I know, I'm hanging.
I was impressed by his easygoing manners.
Is that supposed to sound so stupid that it's true?
Did you talk to Pat Chambers?
Just because you paid off the cops in New York doesn't mean you're going to get away with murder in Vegas. Johnny Roman had a lot of friends in Nevada. He played golf with the governor.
Yeah, what was his handicap?
That's very good, pal. But don't ever play it again.
Hammer, stand with.
Got some more questions you don't want to hear the answer to?
You may bail. $50,000 cash deposit. I guess the $10,000 we found on you was just a down payment.
Who bailed me out?
You tell me.
If I knew, I wouldn't ask.
Right here, please.
Whoever may bail sent you this. Love letter?
Marriage proposal. I wanted to get out of town, but I had no money, and I was all out of parachutes. So I decided to keep the date with my benefactor.
Well, now, let me see. We've got these forms mostly filled out.
In Las Vegas, the wedding chapels are just like the casinos. They're open 24 hours a day, and the odds are against you.
It's so nice, y'all, to come to our little chapel. Now, Anthony, you're 27. And Lois, what's your age, dear?
22.
22. You're such a lovely couple. Well, our package is $99.95, which includes the chapel. It includes services of a minister and a father. And you have your choice of books.
So?
Well, they're all fairly...
I'm Helen Durant.
Durant? Any connection to the Durant Foundation?
My husband is Dr. Carl Durant. He doesn't know anything about this.
About what?
I want the book. I'm willing to pay for it.
What book?
The book you killed Johnny Roman for.
I didn't kill Johnny Roman. Somebody wanted to make it look that way.
If you didn't kill him, who did?
Good question.
Maybe we should talk someplace else.
Good luck.
Just come right on in, you little darlings. Right now over here, please.
If you're looking for a killer, sweetheart, you bailed out the wrong guy.
Okay. Suppose I believe you.
Suppose you tell me about the book.
It's a diary. Johnny Roman's diary. He was always writing things down. He knew a lot of important people. Hollywood people, politicians, people in the mob. He thought nobody would cross him if he had something on everybody. I guess he was wrong.
Dead wrong. Why is this diary so important to you?
I'm in it.
Go on.
I was 17 when I came to Vegas. I was a dancer. Pretty good one. I ended up in Johnny's show in the chorus line.
We all know Johnny loved his chorus girls.
Yes. He made his way through the whole line. I was the only one who ended up pregnant. I thought I wanted to cause trouble for Johnny. But then I met Carl Durant. He was a student hoping to get into medical school. He loved me. He knew I was pregnant, but he didn't care. He didn't want to know who the father was. When Amy was born, he raised her like she was his own daughter.
Who else knows about this?
Now that Johnny's gone, you're the only one. Not even Amy knows. Am I crazy to trust you?
Maybe.
I need that diary. All I want are the pages that mention me. You can have the rest.
What good is it to me?
It could help clear you. Look, I do volunteer work with the kids at the clinic. It's important to me. If the Durant name gets dragged into this scandal, it could destroy everything we've worked for.
You know where Johnny kept the diary?
He didn't have it. He told me that somehow Barbara LaGuire got her hands on it. She thought she could trade it for a bigger palimony settlement.
Where do I find Barbara LaGuire?
Does that mean you'll help me?
You bail me out of jail.
The bail bondsman said they'd keep your gun. You may need this.
Thanks. I'll be in touch.
Helen Durant was a persuasive lady, but I never minded a little friendly persuasion. Anyway, she'd given me the only lead I had to clear my name. If Johnny Roman was killed because of his diary, then whoever wanted him dead was probably in it. Johnny had said Barbara LaGuire had something of his. Maybe the diary was what he was talking about. I went to her hotel room to find out. Either somebody else was looking for the diary, or the maid service in this place needed some serious attention. Security wasn't going to help Barbara LaGuire. At least she wouldn't have to worry about getting a tan. I hated losing my hand. But I told myself, don't look down.
Don't worry, I won't.
Hi.
Hi. I'll be right back.
And a little man comes walking out from behind the curtains.
I had a feeling the cops would blame me for Barbara LaGuire's death, too. I needed to find that diary, or anything that could lead me to the real killer. I headed straight for her dressing room. But once again, somebody had beaten me to it. Whoever it was, he was clinging to Barbara's costume tighter than it used to cling to Barbara.
Stage, and at that moment, a man comes in wearing a tux. Hope you enjoyed the show. Bring back your friends and relatives. Where did they come from? Hey!
Whoever this guy was, he certainly knew his way around. I found myself on a network of catwalks above the casino, where an army of video cameras kept their eyes on the action below. We were in the chips, the hard way. If this was Lady Luck, she was a little late. I was dreaming that I had been shanghaied to Las Vegas, framed for 2 murders, dropped through a glass ceiling, and busted a couple of ribs. I woke up, and it was all true.
You're awake.
Nurse? Why did you kill Johnny Roman?
Ask the nurse to come back in. Maybe she can get it out of me.
I'm Dr. Carl Durant.
Good.
Here, let me help you with that.
Hey, take it easy, will you, Doc?
Sorry.
Hey, where's the other guy?
What other guy?
The guy I hit the crap table with.
I don't know anything about him. I'm here because I want to know why Johnny Roman was killed.
So ask the guy who killed him.
All right. You maintain you're innocent. I suppose I have to accept that. At least until you're proven guilty, right?
Right.
Mind if I smoke?
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
You know, the Heartathon was Johnny Roman's idea. He heard that the clinic needed a little help with fundraising, and he came to me. He wasn't perfect, but he was a good man. He just had some bad friends.
Like who?
Well, there were rumors for years that he was mob-connected. I didn't believe them. But now it seems that, well, they might have been true, huh?
So?
I have to protect the reputation of the clinic. This may sound cruel to you, but the work we're doing for the children is more important than Johnny Roman.
So get to the point, Doc.
I'm not asking for a confession. I know that you know about Johnny Roman's death. Please, for the sake of the children, just tell me the truth.
Look, Doc, I told you. I don't know who killed Johnny Roman. That's the truth.
All right. I gotta be in Boston. Think about what I said.
Yeah, sure.
Who bailed you out of jail?
Better take an overcoat, Doc. I hear Boston's cold. If Carl Durant didn't know that his wife Helen had bailed me out, I wasn't going to be the one to tell him. The doctor had a charming bedside manner, accusing his patient of murder. I had to get out of this place before the police tried to pin Barbara LaGuire's murder on me, too. I felt the only chance I had to clear my name was in her dressing room. Why was her costume so important to that guy? I'd noticed that it had white keys on it instead of fringe. Maybe her costume was the key.
Doesn't anybody knock anymore?
What are you doing here? Brad, call the police.
Wait, relax. I'm here to find out who killed Johnny Roman.
You killed Johnny Roman. And for all we know, you killed Barbara, too.
I haven't killed anybody, sweetheart. My name is Mike Hammer. I'm a private investigator from New York. Johnny Roman sent me out here to work on a palimony case. Look, you don't believe me? You pick up the phone, you call New York Police Department, ask for Captain Pat Chambers.
They said on TV you're some kind of hitman from New York.
Your shoulder pad's crooked. You mind if I look around and ask you a few questions?
Look, I don't want to talk about it. Johnny Roman was... He was a friend of the family.
You work backstage, right?
Yeah,
What's your name?
Amy Durant.
Durant? As in Carl Durant?
Yeah, he's my father.
Who are you?
Brad Peters. I work for the Durant Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you have to audition to be the killer, or are you just suitable for framing?
A comedian, huh?
If you didn't kill Johnny Roman, who did?
I don't know. That's what I'm here to find out.
You think the same people who killed Roman killed Barbara LaGuire?
Maybe.
But why?
What, are you a lawyer?
No, I'm an accountant. I just wanted to know what's going on.
So would I. Amy, you worked backstage. You knew what was going on, right? Those keys that were on Barbara LaGuire's costume. What were they like?
Just some old junk keys that we spray painted white.
Like this?
Yeah, that could be one of them.
Is this leading up to something, or is it some kind of joke?
Yeah, the kind that gets you killed. Do you know what happened to that costume?
The wardrobe department reported it stolen, and security said they did not know anything about it.
Well, somebody's lying.
Who's lying?
Yeah, who's lying?
I don't know. How would I know?
Look, you landed on a craps table. I mean, somebody must have seen the costume.
Maybe. Maybe somebody with one eye. It was all there. The video surveillance room, or the Eye in the Sky, as it was called, controlled 270 cameras and kept a close watch over the casino on who was doing what to whom. And it was all on videotape. Before I could find out whoever did whatever to Barbara LaGuire's costume, I needed to be alone in that room.
Hey. Come on.
Outside.
Being busted by the head of security in this hotel had its good points.
Have a seat, Mr. Hammer. I have surveillance cameras of my own in the catwalk. Even the people doing the watching are being watched.
Who watches you?
It wasn't very smart of you to come back to the hotel. The police have been here looking for you. Maybe I should just pick up the phone and call them.
(911).
You've already been a lot of bad publicity for the hotel. You dropped that on our crap table. You can take it with you when you leave.
Thanks. That's not what I came here for.
I suppose you'd rather have this. This is the tape from the camera above the crap table.
What happened to the guy I was chasing?
He wasn't seriously injured. Not bad enough to go to the hospital. So we escorted him out of the casino and told him not to come back again.
Did you happen to get his name?
I think this is what you want to see. Oh. One of you must have bumped the camera.
Funny, I don't remember that.
Videotape doesn't lie.
Not without help, anyway.
You want it? The police haven't been told what happened.
Why? Bad publicity? You still haven't told me this guy's name.
His name is Bundy. He used to work in security before he was caught involved in a scheme to cheat the tables.
Where do I find him?
Bundy's the kind of man that doesn't have an address.
Is he the kind of guy that could have killed Barbara LaGuire?
The police think you're that kind of man.
What do you think?
I think you're the kind of man who could think of a more interesting thing to do with a woman than kill her.
What happened to Barbara LaGuire's costume?
It disappeared. Someone must have stolen it. Was it important?
It was to Bundy.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure they don't want to bury Barbara in it. And if you're into costumes, I've got some that are a lot more interesting than that one was.
I'll bet you have. Sorry, sweetheart, I'm not in a very good mood right now.
Well, let me know when things look up.
They already were. Even so, there was something about her I didn't trust. Why was she so eager to give me back my gun and send me on my way? She'd let Bundy go, too. And I wondered what she knew, if anything, about the diary. Something else bothered me. When Helen Durant asked me to find the diary, there was a lot she didn't tell me. Maybe Johnny Roman was connected to this guy, Bundy. If he was, Helen might have some answers. I decided to give her a call and find out. Unfortunately, I got cut off.
Yeah, could you please give me...
You're not gonna sucker punch me again.
It's for you.
Time out, Jeff. Brown's over.
Kill you!
You're confused again, Reggie. You're a greeter. You're supposed to greet people, not beat them. Remember what happened last time you maimed one of the guests? If I catch you outside the hotel again, you're dead!
Save it for the ring, pal.
Wait, I've been looking all over for you. I was backstage last night. I recognized the guy you were chasing. Name's Bundy.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
I couldn't, not with Amy around. I know him from this place I used to go to, the Rosie Buttes Ranch. He works here.
What is he, a cowboy?
No, he's a bouncer.
The Rosie Buttes turned out to be a ranch of ill repute in the middle of nowhere.
Stay here. This will only take a minute.
They appreciate that here.
A unique oasis in the desert. A bizarre fantasy castle where the locals blew their salaries on games they couldn't play in town.
Excuse me.
What can we do for you? Like to try a little excitement?
How much can you stand?
Will this be cash or charge?
I'm looking for Bundy. Is he around?
I don't know.
He works here, doesn't he?
They work here. Rub yourself a filly and saddle up.
Like a trot? How about a ride?
Sorry, girls, I forgot my spurs.
Then maybe you could help me look for my sheep.
If they're in here, they're in a lot of trouble.
Okay. Handle it. You got a problem?
No, I don't have a problem. I'm looking for Bundy.
Bundy's not here, and you're out of here. Yeah? Let's take it outside, cowboy.
Where's Bundy?
Suddenly, I didn't care if I found Bundy or not. Trouble was, he found me.
Who paid you to kill Roman, huh? Who paid you? You better talk to me. Talk to me! Talk to me! Talk to me!
How about some apples?
My luck was still holding up. He could have left me under the desert. On the one hand, this was the last place I wanted to be. On the other hand, I wasn't alone. I was beat up, exhausted, cold, and wet. I told myself things couldn't get worse. And then the sun came up. It must have been the New Yorker in me. I kept looking for a cab. But there was nothing out there but sand. Everywhere I looked, sand. Never trust sand when there's no bikinis. I kept having visions of showgirls, and each showgirl had a costume, and each costume had keys, and each key went to a prison cell. And I was inside with a pile of diaries, and outside the bars was Helen Durant with a nice cold glass of beer. If this was a mirage, it needed a muffler.
Hey, man! Better not get caught out here. This whole area is restricted. Restricted? Restricted to what? Hey!
I headed straight for Brad Peters' apartment. I knew he was going to be thrilled to see me.
Hey, Brad, let's talk.
Where have you been? I waited for an hour. I went to look for you. You were gone.
Take those things off. You look stupid. You know, Brad, I'm so happy that I had a chance to come to Las Vegas. You know what I mean? I've always dreamed about it. Bright lights, beautiful dolls, lady luck. See, I'm just a city boy at heart, so you can just imagine how I look forward to it. But then, who knew I was going to get tossed out of an airplane, huh? Who knew?
I didn't know. What was I supposed to do? Beat him up? I'm an accountant, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, I know. I know. You see, Bradley, I'm having a great deal of trouble maintaining my composure through all of this. Now, maybe it's because I've been disillusioned. Or maybe it's because I don't like losing. Or maybe it's because you set me up for Bundy.
Oh.
Take a swim.
Excuse me, Brad. How's the water?
It's good.
You know, I found Bundy for you. One of the girls told me. Lives in a place behind the Rosie Buttes. Could take you out there if you want.
Oh, yeah? Thanks. Let me cool my dogs first. Hold this, will you?
I wasn't looking forward to going back to Rosie Buttes, but I had to find Bundy. When he was working at the casino, Leora caught him cheating, and she fired him. That was months ago.
If Leora knew Bundy was cheating, why didn't the casino press charges?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Unless she never told the casino about it.
What do you know about Leora?
Why are you so interested in Leora? Or shouldn't I ask?
Somebody was giving orders to Bundy last night. Could have been Leora. Unless it was you, Bradley.
You know, I'm beginning to think you don't like me.
You're still alive, aren't you? Let's go.
It's over there. Come on. found Bundy. He'd gone to that big jacuzzi in the sky.
Dead?
Buried.
You can lead a man to water, but you can't make him live.
Bundy, open up, police. Bundy.
Come on! Who are we running from? The police!
Here I was again, wandering in the desert. I was beginning to think it was a metaphor for something. I'll tell you what it is. It's a metaphor for being hot.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, why not? You've been doing it ever since I met you.
Do you think I'm funny?
Well, I don't know, Brad. I may be the wrong guy to ask. I haven't smiled in 3 days.
The reason I ask is I've been thinking about changing careers. I mean, I like working for Dr. Durant, but what I really want to do is be a comedian. I just don't know if I can make people laugh, that's all. You know?
You got a point.
You want to hear a joke?
No, Brad, thanks. Stick with accounting.
You're not even good company. You know that?
Now find your own desert, pal.
I'm in a lot of trouble because of you. You know? I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, why don't you level with me? You're working for somebody, aren't you? Yeah, that's what you're getting paid to get that book.
Hey. Maybe I don't like it when people get murdered. I mean, doesn't anybody do anything anymore without getting paid for it?
Not in Las Vegas.
We found a prospector's cabin that had a telephone. That didn't surprise me as much as his fax machine. We called Amy and got a ride back to the Strip. As we were driving back to town, I kept thinking, whoever killed Bundy could have also been looking for the diary. Somehow, I had to get to it before they did.
At the moment, the local police seemed to be keeping their distance. I had to wonder what a cute kid like Amy was doing with this clown. Unless it was all an act, and Brad was more involved in the murders than he wanted me to know. And could Amy be tied into all this? The time had finally come for another chat with her mother, Helen Durant.
What are you doing? This is my car.
I know. Mind if I borrow it for a little while?
Look, Brad doesn't think we should help you anymore.
What in the world will we do without Brad? Come on, I'll drop you off. How long have you known Brad, anyway?
Not long. Why?
Nothing. Just curious.
You don't like him very much, do you?
No, I think he's a terrific guy.
Come on. No, he's really a good person.
I'm sure he is to you. Makes me nuts.
Yeah, well, if you think he's nuts, you should try having dinner with the rest of my family.
What do you mean?
I mean, my parents have been married for 20 years, and they're never together. I mean, it's like they might as well be divorced. Doesn't that seem a little strange to you?
Not in Las Vegas.
No, I really ought to live at home, but it's just such hassle being around Mom. She doesn't want me to get involved with show business. Just wants me to find somebody like Dad and marry him. She only likes Brad because he's an accountant, but I can imagine what she'd say if she ever found out what he really wants to be. Did he tell you?
No, he told me he wanted to be a comedian. I thought he was joking.
Would you like to come in? Maybe you could lie down for a while. You really look terrible.
No, thanks. I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
No, I don't care what Brad says.
No, I mean with the police. You forget I'm the prime suspect in 3 different murders.
Right. Are you any closer to finding the real killer?
No. Just closer to running out of time.
I want you to find him. I don't want him to get away. Johnny Roman was my father. You see, that's the reason why my mom is so down on show business. It's because of Johnny Roman. She had an affair with him a long time ago before she was married. I was backstage one day and he told me to come back to his dressing room. And I thought, oh no, he's gonna chase me around the room or something. But instead, he told me I was his daughter.
Have you talked to your mother about this?
We didn't talk, we yelled. She said that she and Dad were gonna tell me the truth when I was 21, but I know she was lying. I mean, they were never gonna tell me.
Carl Durant, does he know about this?
Yeah, I guess everybody knew but me. You don't have to look so sad. I mean, I'm not. I mean, Carl Durant has always been my father. And I can't really grieve for Johnny Roman because I hardly ever knew him. You need a shave.
No. Helen had told me that nobody knew Johnny Roman was Amy's father. But Amy knew, and so did Carl Durant. Helen had lied. Now I had a bigger reason for talking to Helen. The truth. I went to the Durant clinic where she was working as a volunteer.
Have a heart, sir? Have a heart, sir?
Oh, really?
Thanks.
Hey, look at that. Oh!
You're going to be fine. I'll just take you to your room so you can watch some TV, okay? Stay with me.
Of course, Mrs. Durant.
I got a call about the diary. They want $75,000.
I want to talk to you.
What?
You lied to me, sweetheart.
What?
You lied to me. Now, why do you want that diary?
I explained that to you before.
What you didn't explain is that Amy knows that Johnny Roman was her father. So does Carl Durant. Now, why'd you lie about that?
I had to. I couldn't tell you the truth.
Why not?
I loved Johnny Roman, even after the way he treated me. You don't know what it was like back then, having a baby on your own. So I married Carl. It didn't take him very long to realize I didn't love him. So he stopped loving me. But it was different with Amy. He really felt like she was his own daughter. We stayed together for her sake, and because it was easier than divorce. Carl had his work, and I had a father for Amy. That was good enough. Until about 2 years ago. Johnny was between women, and I guess I still wanted to be 17.
You still haven't told me what's in the diary.
I had an affair with him. That's what's in the diary. Something that happened 2 years ago, not 20.
Everybody makes mistakes.
How many children are going to suffer because of what I did? You know that little girl we just brought in? It will cost $500,000 before she's well again. There are hundreds more like her. If the Durant name gets dragged into a scandal, it will ruin this clinic.
So we'll just have to find the diary.
I'm sorry I fell apart like that. I felt like I was going to explode ever since I heard Barbara was killed. And then I didn't hear from you, and I was afraid that something had to happen. I'm glad you're here.
That makes two of us.
I wrote it all down, where they said to take the money.
Who's they?
The voice on the phone.
How much?
$75,000. Do you want to count it?
Want me to sign for it?
I think I can trust you.
I haven't said I'll deliver it yet.
These are the directions they gave me. Thanks.
Where are you going?
I promised someone a teddy bear.
I was hoping the diary would clear my name. But even if it didn't, I wanted to find it for Helen. I wasn't sure why. Maybe it had something to do with eyes as blue as the desert sky. I knew I didn't have much time.
Police today discovered the body of William Bundy, a part-time security guard, shot to death at the Rosie Buttes Ranch, a private club near Dry Lake. Police have questioned the Las Vegas accountant in connection with Bundy's death.
My time was a lot shorter than I thought. By now, every cop in Nevada would be after me. The directions Helen gave me sent me to Hoover Dam. Whoever had the diary was supposed to meet me there for the payoff. I can't say I was surprised to see Leora. A job in security doesn't buy clothes like hers without a little security on the side.
I guess you're feeling better.
Yeah. I've been taking it easy.
for killing Roman.
I didn't kill Roman, you know that. I want to know who did.
Me and Reggie.
Come on, why'd you do it?
We did the woman, too. And Bundy.
Who ordered you to do it, pal? Come on, man. Who's pulling your strings?
They're gonna get you, Emma.
Who are you working for? Come on!
Go to hell.
Come on! Hey! Come on!
His name was John McNeese, and he worked at the Durant Clinic.
Mike.
It was a setup. They were waiting for me.
3 more people are dead.
It must have been awful.
Yeah, it was a real picnic. You know anybody named Reggie Diaz or John McNeese?
McNeese, well, he works at the clinic. The kids love him.
Well, he's the guy that killed Johnny Roman. Barbara LaGuire, Leora Van Treese, and a guy named Bundy.
How do you know?
He told me before he closed his eyes.
What about the diary?
Diary? They tried to sell me an empty suitcase. What do you know about Brad Peters?
He's Amy's boyfriend. You don't think he's involved in this?
He could have been the one with Leora. If he was, he's getting away.
You're not going after him tonight.
I could be in jail tomorrow.
Please don't leave me alone. I'm afraid to go home.
Who are you afraid of?
Helen, 6 people are dead because of that diary. Now, I want to know what's really in it.
What I told you about Johnny and me is true. I didn't lie to you, but there's more. Carl and Johnny have stolen millions from the Durant Foundation ever since they started the telethons. It's been hidden away overseas. The only proof is in the diary.
Why are you telling me this now?
I thought that if I had the diary, I could make Carl give the money back to the clinic.
Wait a minute. Why would they try and sell the diary to you? Why not just blackmail Carl?
I don't know. Maybe they were afraid of him. Carl is killing everybody who knows what's in the diary. He's going to kill me.
Nobody's going to kill you. Listen, is there someplace that you can go tonight? Someplace safe?
I have a boat on the lake. I could stay out there. But I won't feel safe without you.
Let's go. According to Helen, her husband, Carl Durant, was responsible for all the murders. I wanted to believe her. Was it her sincerity? Or maybe it was just the smell of her perfume in the night wind.
What are you doing still up?
Looking at the stars.
Don't they have stars in New York?
They have buildings.
You really should get some rest.
Look that bad, huh?
Look at you. Will you sleep in my cabin tonight?
Ask me again tomorrow.
Something told me this was a woman who would do anything to get what she wanted. Maybe I should have gone to her cabin after all.
Drop it, Hammer! Drop it! Drop it. Should have known that you'd be here.
How was Boston, Cal?
Shut up. I want the book.
You're not alone, pal.
I'm serious, Hammer. Where's the book?
Why are you so interested in Johnny Roman's diary?
Johnny Roman didn't have a diary. I'm talking about the account book.
Account book?
Account book, yeah! Where's Helen? Helen!
Now everything was calm. Carl Durant, Brad Peters, Helen. They were all gone. What did he mean by an account book? What happened to the diary? I still had a lot of questions, but the answers were all at the bottom of Lake Mead. Funny how you hate yourself for being suckered by a lady, especially when you know you let her do it. Wasn't very smart to leave your boat at the dock, sweetheart. But I guess you thought it didn't matter. I mean, the bomb should have blown all three of us away, right? That's not the whole story now, is it? I mean, there is more. With you, there's always more. Every time you lie, somebody else dies. You were the one who set up the phony drop at the dam so Durant could buy an account book that I didn't have. And I went there looking for a diary that he didn't have. How am I doing so far? Good? Good, I'll keep going. It's a lot of money for something that never existed. Barbara LaGuire thought it existed, right? That's what got her killed. Trying to blackmail Johnny Roman for a book that never was. Now, do you want to finish the story? Or should I go on?
Those two bastards deserve to die. They were stealing money from the telethon. Money from kids. They had to die. All Carl Durant ever wanted was to be a doctor. So Johnny Roman promised to get him into medical school if he would marry the pregnant showgirl. That way I wouldn't cause trouble for the big star.
So why'd you marry Carl Durant?
I loved him. Until I found out that I was just part of a deal. He never loved me.
So you killed them both?
I loved them. They used me just like they used the kids at the clinic.
Come on, you don't care about those kids at the clinic any more than you care about your own daughter.
Leave Amy out of this. It has nothing to do with her.
Oh, no. You only wasted both of her fathers.
They humiliated me.
Humiliation. That's always a good motive for murder. What about me? How did I fit into this? You tried to pin the whole thing on me.
I hated what I had to do.
Yeah, it must have broken your heart. The fact is, there never was an account book. There never was a diary. There never was a key on a costume. None of it was real. Now, that's real.
It's all gonna be fine. Don't you understand? I got that money back from Carl so I could return it to the clinic. Amy will never have to know what Carl was. She always loved him. More than me. I won't take that away from her. But now that he's gone, she'll love me.
Especially when she finds out you blew him into 1,000 pieces.
She'll think you did it. So will the police.
Not if you kill me.
You're right. Of course. I don't have a choice.
Sweetheart, next time, use one of these. Lieutenant Fallon, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Kyle? Kyle.
Looks like I was wrong about you, Hammer. I guess everybody makes mistakes.
That would have been a real comfort to me if I was on death row, pal.
They were all the people that I loved. Mom and Dad. Brad. Johnny. I believed in them, and it was just all a bunch of lies. I wasn't them.
I know.
have to trust yourself.
Just don't be ashamed.
Hammer, that's evidence.
Hey, you saw it. That's evidence enough.
Have a heart, sir?
You bet.
The DA's not gonna like this.
Thank you.
Even though I was glad to be back in New York, I couldn't help but think about Amy Durant. She was a nice kid, and I promised her I'd stay in touch.
Think she's gonna be okay, Mike?
I don't know. I hope so.
I gotta get out of here. Linda will kill me. Listen, Velda's coming by. Why don't you join us for a little dinner?
Oh, thanks. I'm not that hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Say hi to Linda.
Mike?
Hey, keep in touch.
I've got an explanation. Do you want to hear it?
Could I have a cognac, please?
Sure.
Do I detect the slightest hint of dissatisfaction?
No. It's a hint of drop dead. Look, if you're gonna walk out on me again, why don't you just do it right now?
You know, wait a minute. Just because I disappeared doesn't mean I stood you up. Don't you want to know what happened to me? It's a fantastic story.
I'm sure it is.
It's full of romance, intrigue, confusion, lies and deceits, little adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Have a heart. It was good to be home. Unlike Las Vegas, New York is a city full of second chances. I don't need to leave town to gamble. In my line of work, every day you're alive, you beat the odds. One thing for sure, this was my lucky night.